Hold on. So much.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome everybody back to another video on the channel. This is the first video I am making in 2021, but not the first video I posted in 2021. And I figured today we would start out with an absolute banger of a video. Today we are going to be straightening out and iron all the details of what we know about the new maps that are coming out in 2021 for Cold War Zombies. Some new perks that have been introduced already, and believe it or not, some information on the Invictus maps potentially coming to Cold War at some point during the season, because I've got some information. Yeah, I think a lot of the community has maybe overlooked. So we got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a pretty fun video. If you guys do enjoy, all I ask in return is for a thumbs up. And it's completely free and it helps out the channel a ton. If you are new around here and not a part of the 74% of elite gamer alphas, then you know what to do. That is only one click away. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. Here, I want to talk a little bit about the speculated DLC 2 map, and you might be wondering why we are starting there. And that, talking much about DLC, well, come back and get to that, but we have talked about that extensively. However, we have not talked about a lot of the DLC. We have not really touched upon it much, and there's quite a bit of intel in the game that are literally solved through the Ciphers, thanks to the Zombies Reddit that have gave us a decent area to speculate on what this map is going to be. So I'm going to briefly talk about these ciphers, and then we are going to condense down what they mean into what it means for us in terms of zombies maps, attention. Initial survey of Euro sites verifies it is by far the largest incursion zone yet recorded. We must assume Requiem will detect via satellite deploy firearms regardless of sovereign borders. Recommended continuing operations while monitoring Requiem communications. With your support, I will ensure any new gains remain in Soviet hand. P confirms visibility of the deployment opportunity identified in previous communique. Selected site is approved for trial run or operation inversion. The nature of warfare is about to transform any mission, anytime, any place. Now, I don't really need to be considered on the characters involved, the ciphers, or less. You should have been able to pick up on the location that is referring to the Ural Mountains is a place that we have never seen before in Zombies experience. However, this has been explored pretty extensively and other phases and Black Ops, in fact, even a mission in Cold War campaign. But in terms of what is significant about it for Zombies in the Black Ops story is basically one of the birthplaces or one of the discovery locations of Nova 6. And because of the Black Ops Cold War Zombies slightly altered timeline, if you're paying attention in D Machine, we really don't have Nova 6 there. We have Nova 5, which you will see when you upgrade to the Toxic Wonder weapon. In the machine, you will notice that it's not exactly Nova 6, although it behaves very similar. there is probably a really good chance that Nova 5 is involved fundamentally in like the entire structure or even the storyline layout of the Euro Mountains map. And also, what I've heard from the insider sources, what are going around this Euro Mountains map, which again is speculated to be DLC 2, although I cannot confirm that at this moment is not a remake or a remaster at all. Apparently, this is completely brand new experience. And I understand this is a point of contention, for many zombies players, because some people love the idea of remakes of old maps. Some people are completely over the remasters, and I just want new experiences. And I think that there is like a balance to be struck with both, but right now I don't think exactly what this Euro Mountains map is going to look like, whether it is completely brand new or its features maybe some elements or some layouts from previous zombies maps, kind of like with the machine featuring Norcatine Totem, but doesn't play anything like the original. Nothing. I don't really consider that a remake regardless. The reason I'm bringing that up is the speculation right now. The way that they're going to release content and new zombie maps is probably guaranteed. Expect a new zombies experience every other season, roughly, and there might be some surprises or some things that we are not expecting in between those actual, I guess, scheduled DLC releases. And we have an outline of some of the feature maps coming that are going to feature elements of Kino, Der Toten, and also Doris. Again, I do not want to call these maps remakes because I don't expect them to be remakes in the traditional sense, but if that leaves us with basically 4 maps, we can guarantee throughout the Cold War season. But I think that there is more to it than that. Of course, it's been made that pretty obvious that the DLC 1 Zombies is going to be the Vietnam map, the casino sites, that Samantha Max's is to be significantly more involved than she was in D Machine. And I would also suspect that they're going to be pushing some decent boundaries on this map's gameplay. As well as that it's highly likely that they're going to be using a lot of Chino Numa's assist in the creation of this map. Trierich have also officially mentioned in the past that they put out they're going to be pulling a lot of stops for the next chapter in the Dark Ether storyline, and that's of course referring to the next DLC 1 map, Kason, the Vietnam map, which is honestly, Trerich seems pretty dang confident about it, and I'm pretty excited to hear about it as well. And again, we've known about this map for quite a long time. Many people speculated it was supposed to be on disc when the game came out, but for one reason or another, it was repurposed as a DLC map. In addition to that, we can maybe now speculate that we are going to be getting a new perk every other season as well. And again, this is a little bit out of left field. And if you didn't see what Trerich put on Twitter just before New Year's, they pulled out a new perk that's coming to the game that I think shocked nearly everybody. It was not the one I was expecting, and it was certainly not the one that we thought we would need in Cold War Zombies at all. Trerich revealed to the world that Tombstone is coming to the game. And for those who are unfamiliar with this perk, Tombstone was featured all the way back in Black Ops 2. With transit And interestingly, sorry, this perk has also no use in solo play, because what it allows you to do, if you die completely out of your zombies game, you can come back the next round and pick up a little tombstone that dropped, and it will give you everything you had back, your perks, your weapons, and everything. However, in Cold War, when you bleed out and come back, you're not completely reset from the bottom up. It's sometimes hard to get back on your feet, but Tombstone makes that process a lot easier. But now, they definitely changed it and tweaked it. The game to become more friendly and like cooperative for solo play as well. So to say, no matter what is going to have to see some kind of slight rework for Cold War, I'm very curious how they're going to rework this perk, because another great aspect to it in Transit was that was a huge map, and if you had died on that map, you needed to pick up everything. Like, it was an absolute pain to go and gather things from all locations. So having this drop, this tombstone thing, where you can pick up and get literally everything you had back the previous round before you died, was such a convince. But I mean, in COD, Cold War Zombies D Machine isn't the biggest map in the world. It's a relatively large map, but it's not so big that you can't go and gather things very quickly. If you need to, and I don't think Tombstone is necessarily needed on this map, we don't know about Kasan and the, I guess, relative square footage size of the map either, but it's possible it could be introduced with that and maybe even be useful on Vietnam. The Vietnam Zombies map, sorry, let me rephrase that. And hopefully at some point, as they will introduce expanded version of the perk upgraded system, and Tombstone will also have its own upgrade tiers and become more useful. So I'm very interested to see what that will look like. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Tombstone coming back, and I will love to know your thoughts on that as well. And the searchers nicely into the thing want to talk about the map Tombstone as featured on Transit and more. Importantly, the victims maps. What are the odds of these buildings reintroduced? Cold War Zombies, it seems to me treacherous, wanted to remake the Victuous series of a long time. Of course, they were not able to do it without Trecanals, as they had picked up the numbers of the maps remasters in the entire bundle. However, Zombies Chronicles was a massive success for Activision, and that's what's going to be most important. A little bit later, of course, in Black Ops 4, which wasn't as much as a success, you can guarantee Activision saw the overall response of the community towards zombies, and the Chronicles 2-pack probably would not have performed as well or really good at all on it if it had been released on Black Ops 4. So all these were probably developed yet maybe scrapped or reutilized somewhere else, and there's reflections of that in Cold War Zombies if you're paying attention. However, a lot of the speculation in the community right now is Treyarch is not going to release a second Chronicles, because the first Chronicles came out in addition to supplement Activision's revenue when Infinite Warfare wasn't doing all that well. And I think on face value, that is a reasonable proposition of something that happened. However, this was something I had talked about to Jason Blundell about personally when he was at Trerich, because I wanted to know myself if that was true. However, Jason told me that Chronicles had been being worked on since the release of Grow Covey, and that was way before IW had even came out, or if Activision if knew if the game was going to be financially successful or not. So I don't think there's a difference in casuality there. I don't think they're correlated. It seems Chronicles was not going to come out no matter what. It probably like a different prototypes of what is going to look like probably was going to begin storyboard since Zetaspo no Shima when they were working on that all the way in BO3, but at least was being developed since Garid. And the fact is really important, is the speculation is right now that Invictus maps have been scrapped in development for Cold War or whatever. They have been working on, and they're just not coming out. But I still think there is a reasonable change that they do end up in the game. Maybe not immediately, and maybe not in a Chronicles 2-pack like we expect or expected in BO3. But maybe perhaps maybe sprinkled throughout the season, or just sometimes we are not expecting them, or just sometimes that we are not expecting them. We don't know how they are going to release these maps, if at all, but I don't think they are completely out of the woodworks yet. Even though they have rumored to be scrapped, remain point I am trying to get across, Chronicles wasn't developed because IW wasn't doing well. It was going to happen regardless whether it was a financial success or not, from the information that I've been told. And the difference with Modern Warfare is it is one of the most financially successful games of all time. Absolutely blowing out IW out of the water, so they're in a different circumstance. Despite Modern Warfare being a huge financial success, and maybe Activision think it wouldn't make sense to release Chronicles 2 for Cold War. I would argue that it would, and I again don't think that it's completely out of the ballpark right now. Personally, I would really like to see these maps return, if not just for the sake of remasters, just because it's more content for the zombies game, which I have enjoyed more than a zombies game in a long time. Cold War, I think, just as its base game again, is in a great spot, and most players that I've talked to and the overall consensus of the community is that we're pretty much in love. It just needs more content, and I think we can all agree on that. So at this point, it's just a matter of time and the matter of them filling out the games as it goes on. So I don't think it makes sense to not release these maps, if not just as extra content, you know what I mean. But anyways, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. That's all the big news that's under with for zombies over the past couple of days and the new year. I hope 2021 is an absolute massive explosion for zombies, because again, I am hopelessly addicted to this game. I just want more maps to play on, and I think you guys do too. But it slowly but surely is approaching, and we should be getting our DLC map. One question is just when. So hang in tight, and we are going to be playing that very shortly. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about the video down below. Comment down below, of course. Drop a like. Subscribe if you're brand new. If we get 20 likes, I will start streaming zombies on YouTube or Twitch. And that's all I got, really. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video or my next stream. Take it easy, guys. Peace out. And sorry I stuttered a lot, and honestly, I was just reading this off of a script the whole video, and it honestly was going way too fast for me, so if I mispronounced some words, I'm sorry. But pretty long video, a 20-minute video. If you guys stayed to the end, please show some support. Comment anything you want down below. You feel me? I'll get right back to you, and thank you guys for all the support.